Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is the start of my retreat vlog. So today is Thursday, July 21st, and it is about 11 o'clock, and I am in the car, in the driveway, getting ready to pull out. I wanted to film just this little intro first because, why are they stopping in front? Oh, there's the car. Never mind. Because I want to be able to get my book, my audio book loaded. I have to follow the GPS the whole way, so I just want to get that stuff situated before I actually start driving. So the ride's about 2 hours and 42 minutes. I hope I don't hit any traffic. I mean, if I don't, I will be there about an hour before I can check in, so I don't know how that's going to play out. So we'll see, but I'd rather leave earlier than later. So, but I did no stitching last night because I packed up all my stitching, and this morning was very low-key. Just got up, had breakfast. Thank God Bill got my air conditioning in the car fixed, because man, that would have been, whew. It is hot AF here, and it's going to be hot in New Jersey as well. It's going to be 101 on Sunday. Yeah, So I will check back in with you guys when I get in the room, because I'll unpack my stuff probably before I head down to the stitching part, and I'll see you then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the first day. I got here at about 3:30, no, 2:30. Took me 3.5 hours to get here. Ugh. There were parts of the ride that were really fine. I hit traffic though about 4 different times where we were at a dead stop, so that was not pleasant. But finally got here, almost past the hotel. But luckily I pulled in and saw everybody, and at our table we have Terry and Joe. You guys might know Terry from her channel, Terry Lee Crafts. Joe Gregoire, who has a channel. Cindy is sitting next to me. Anna is there. And then we have Sherry and Anna, who watch my channel. So they're wonderful ladies. We have another great table for this retreat. We have one seat open, so there are more people coming tomorrow. So there may be somebody sitting next to me. I had a lot of people come up to me and say they watch my channel. I've never met them in person before. They love my channel. They like the true crime, so I'm taking note of that, where I will probably try to introduce more true crime maybe. I've been trying to do them here and there, you know what I mean? So got in there, got settled. My room wasn't ready yet. I did the digital key on the Hilton app, which is actually very cool, but my room wasn't ready till almost 3:30. So the stitching room opened at 3. So I just came in and found my seat and just had my luggage right there. And then when it was ready, they notified me on the app, and it's so very cool because my key is on my phone, meaning when you get in range of your room, you can hit unlock and unlock your door. It's like the fucking coolest thing. So that was neat. And so we sat down there, I visited some people. I put my raffle tickets. You get 3 raffle tickets in your stitching bag, which I will show you what's in the stitching bag here in a minute. So you get 3 raffle tickets, and last time we had this retreat, if you remember, that's how it started my Starbucks mug collection. This year I'm trying to be more frugal, you know, so I have cash, but I haven't bought any extra raffle tickets yet, and I don't think I'm going to. I did put my 3 raffle tickets though in this Blackbird Designs thing, which is beautiful. It's like this big, I don't know if it's like a stitching mat or what it is. It's like this big, looks like a rug almost, but it has like an Ort container, a pattern. It's gorgeous. So I put all my tickets in that one, and saw McKenna, saw Arlene. McKenna and I sat and had a good chat for about 45 minutes. So it was really great to see her. Had some laughs for sure. But when we got here, we got a swag bag. So let me take off my name tag. I'm still in disbelief about how many people come up to me and say they love my channel, and I kind of don't know what to say. I could never be like an actress. I was telling them at the table, I could never be like an actress, like a famous person, because I wouldn't know what to say. But had some good chats with some people that sat down. Joanne sat down. She's wonderful. I love her. Sheila came and sat down and talked to her for a while. I'm trying to think, who else did I see? I forget who I saw. Somebody I was looking at, because there's a freebie table with all loads of stuff. And I didn't take anything. I'm not taking anything. There are amazing projects. I'll need to film some of that and put that in this vlog. Like the brag table, oh my God. Jessie Marie is here. She has a fantastic Heaven and Earth designs. Kathy did Snow Queen by Mirabilia, and it was framed by Jill Rensel. Gorge, just gorgeous. So here is the bag, which is amazing. So the tote bag says Flosstube, New Jersey Flosstube Retreat 2022. And that is the logo, which Arlene did a pattern for, which is so awesome. So what we got was, we get a coupon for Needleworkers Delight, which Cindy's gonna drive us there. I am gonna go visit. I know I was like hemmed and hawed. I said, no, I'm not gonna go. But I'm like, dude, I'm here. I have to go. I at least have to go and see. Not committing to buying anything. I've done really good so far. I had cash for dinner because we sold our old washer and dryer finally. So Bill took half, I took half, and we went to Longhorn for dinner. And you know, I'm not trying to be so picky about what I'm eating, but if I'm going to eat something that isn't exactly something I would eat at home, I'm just trying not to eat a lot of it. So I had 2 cookies. Arlene had cookies at the welcome table. They were very good. And then for dinner, I got these. We went to Longhorn because Longhorn's connected to the hotel, so we literally didn't even have to leave the hotel to get to the restaurant. I got their mac and cheese. Oh my God. That. And then I got these firecracker chicken wrap things, which was on the appetizer list, and I didn't eat very much. And so it's going to be lunch tomorrow. So I'll have lunch figured out. Breakfast is a continental breakfast. They have from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it's actually pretty good. Cindy and I, and probably Anna, there's going to be a couple of us that are going to, I think, walk to Dunkin' Donuts, because Dunkin' Donuts is behind the hotel. Walk there and get a big coffee, because I need a big coffee in the morning. Okay, so we got the coupon for Needleworkers Delight. Arlene also made this a pattern. This is the logo for the retreat. So it's a pattern you can stitch, which is so awesome. And then she gave us a list of all the attendees, which is pretty cool. And then we got some fabric. So I didn't really glance in here yet, but let's take a peek right now. It's like a grab bag. So this is 14 count piece of Aida. This could be for a bookmark, which is so awesome. This is a stitch band 16 count. And let me look at the edge of it. The edge has like yellow ribbon or whatever. This would be perfect for a bookmark. I really need to do, you could even do 2 bookmarks. I need to do a bookmark on that for sure. And then there's another piece, stitch band hearts, 16 count. That's so cool. Yeah, I didn't really look close at that, but look at the edge of it. That's so neat. Absolutely love that. So I may have to look for some bookmark patterns to do. So that was in there. And then we also got an ergonomic, one of those tumblers. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what color I got. Everyone was opening theirs up to see what color they got. Mine is, ooh, it has the logo of the retreat on it. Oh my God. And so it's grippy on the side, but look at that. Isn't that so cool? I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Absolutely love that. Okay, that was in there. And then, oh, this was my old lanyard because I have my fancy glittery one from the cruise. And everyone was like, oh my God, where'd you get that? I bought it. There was a pen in there. And then we got like a little project bag that says New Jersey Flosstube Retreat. And in the bag is a scissor fob that says New Jersey Retreat. I really love this. This is stitching notes, and it even has a little pen with it. Are you kidding me right now? This, oh my God, I died laughing. So it says on there, have a finish, someone at your table have a finish, or someone in the room, give a round of applause. So what you do, the hands, plastic hands slap together. Someone already had a finish, so they were doing that tonight. Then, oh, okay, so there's a funny story, another pen, so we got like 3 pens, but there's a funny story about this pen. This is Works by ABC. Arlene had showed these pens on her Instagram, and it's a maze. There's little silver, see the balls in there? You work them, and they go, you can get them through the maze. And I was like, please tell me you're including those in the goodie bag. And she was like, yes. So I was so happy about that. And then we got 2 Weeks Dye Works flosses, which beautiful colors. This one is Aqua and Santa Cruz. Gorgeous blues. Reminds me of the blue I'm working on my project. And I forgot to bring my project up here. I did get some done. Okay, so it says, it started in New Jersey. It was finished in New Jersey. What is this? Like I said, I didn't look through this bag until just now. What is in here? I don't know what this is. What am I missing here? Oh, are these like project charms? It says 2022 on it. What's on it though? Oh, it's this, it's like a New Jersey, like the state, can you see it? I know it's hard, it's not focusing very well. And then there's a 2022. So I guess what you can do, if you finished a project, you can attach this to it. Okay. And then we also got project labels where you can say stitched by, chart name, designer, fabric, date, stitch. Love those, look at that. Yeah, absolutely love those. And then I really like this. I'm going to use this at home. This is a contour letter opener. So that will open envelopes. So I will use that at home. Love that. And then we got a floss holder. So you can put like floss drops or whatever on it. And it has, there, it has that. It has like a sampler on that side. And then we got a Kreinik Silk Mori guide. What is this? It looks like a color chart. Oh, they gave you, is that Kreinik? I think it is. Yeah, they gave you a spool of Kreinik. But what's nice is it has, oh, nice. Okay, so there's some Kreinik silk in here too. And so they give you the color chart. That's pretty cool. So you can try those threads out. And then we also got a needle minder from Arlene that has the Retreat logo like burnished into wood. I know it's hard to, okay. And then someone else made, it's like, it looks like a hoop and sampler, like, you know, it looks like part of a sampler. Well, McKenna and I were looking through all of them. I was trying to find one that was like, that said 666 on it. Couldn't find that. And we were just looking for the best one. She's like, do you want this one? It says Stu, S-T-U. So I almost took the D one. They had a D for my initial, but I'm like, eh. So I'm actually using them downstairs. Now, another really awesome thing is that Arlene, and I think she's releasing these patterns at the Needlework Expo in August, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, I may be completely wrong. But she was offering them to us at the retreat right now early. So we were all talking about it at the table, and Terry went up. She's like, I'm gonna go buy it. And I said, yeah, I'm still on the fence, but I actually really love it. Well, Terry came back to the table and she had bought me one as a present. So, let me just put all this back in the bag. So here it is. And what I love, Arlene has the models here. And according to McKenna, she's going to do a bunch more different flowers. So it's only 3 colors, and they're all done in DMC Etoile, which is like the sparkly DMC. Oh my God. I have the whole set of Etoile, so this is going to be so awesome. But I think my favorite is the middle one. But what's nice is it's only 3 colors. It's black, the pink, or the purple, or the blue, and then green. And these will fit in my junk journal because I want to say on 18 count, it's only, what's the size of it? Wait a minute, I gotta look. But I absolutely love Arlene's patterns. She has a trunk show here where it shows a lot of her stuff. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. But yeah, Jessie Marie's here, Trisha's here. Seen a lot of fantastic people that, okay, on 18 count, it's 2.7 by 4.3. So we'll definitely fit in the junk journal. So need to stitch those. Absolutely loved it. Was bowled over that Terry got it for me as a gift. I was so happy. So I think that's awesome that Arlene is, you know, letting us have it before anybody else does. And I'm sure she will sell a bunch of them. So I need to remember because I need to take those needle minders down tomorrow morning. So we stitched. I actually didn't stitch for a long time when I got here. I didn't stitch till after we got back from dinner because I was talking and talking and talking. And then we went to dinner about 6 o'clock and we were there till about 7:30 and then came down, and that's when I started stitching and talked to a bunch of people. But when, I have a funny story. This is actually, Terry told us this story and I was just dying. So, you know, we were all waiting for our rooms, right? We finally get in the stitching room and Terry comes down and she's like, Danielle, I have a story for your channel. And I'm like, lay it on me. Like, okay, tell me. One of the stitchers at the retreat, and I don't know who, one of the stitchers, and the only reason I think Terry knew this was because her room was across from their room. So they were like right there. She says the stitcher got her room key and went to go in her room, and there were 2 workers in the bed. And we looked at each other and I said, were they sleeping? She's like, no, I don't think they were sleeping. Okay. And when Terry was telling us this story, McKenna was sitting there and we were dying. We were dying. Can you imagine you get your room key, you come in, and there's 2 hotel workers having sex in the bed? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? I texted Jill and she was like, no. And I was like, oh, well, what did the woman do? She's like, she just went down to the front desk and was like, my room's not ready yet. I need a new room. I feel like I would have been down there being like, 2 employees having sex in the bed in my room and I need a free room. Yeah, I just was blown away. And so when I told Bill, he was like, yeah? What do you mean, yeah? No? Highly inappropriate, right? Are you kidding me right now? I did not think Terry was going to say that. And we were just like, oh my gosh, that sounds like the running joke now. It's the running joke. When someone says something about the room, then people were like, well, at least the 2 people weren't having sex in your bed when you went in there. Are you kidding me right now? I cannot with that. I can't. So, still have 3 full days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow we have a pizza party in the evening, and it's like the welcome, because everyone's will be here tomorrow. So that's going to be good. And then Saturday is when I think they do the smalls exchange and the raffle. and then Sunday will be the last day. Remember, I'm not going home until Monday, so that'll be good. Be able to stay, you know, Sunday night and not miss an entire day of the retreat, which is what I usually do. And yeah, so I'm going to end this so I can get comfy, get in bed, watch some TV, maybe read some of my book. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is the end of day 2, and it is, I'm trying to think, my day is messed up. Today is Friday, July 22nd. Is it the 22nd? Yes, it is. Okay. And it was a really good day. So I didn't fall asleep until like 2:30. And I got up at like 7. So I was tired. But got up, got cleaned up, got dressed, went down and they have a continental breakfast from 6 to 10. So I got a cup of coffee from there, which surprisingly was very good. I was impressed by the coffee. Got a cup of coffee there, had a little bit of seasoned potatoes and 2 turkey sausage links, which was really good. And then I messaged Cindy and said, hey, I'm heading down to breakfast. And so it took her a little while to get down there. But then we were able to get into by then the stitching room had opened, it opens at 8 a.m. So I went in there, I was just talking. And then she came down and we walked to Dunkin' Donuts, because Dunkin' Donuts is literally behind the hotel. So it was pretty easy to walk there. And so I got a medium dark roast coffee with a mocha swirl. Really good, really like that. So we're gonna do Dunkin' again tomorrow morning. So I did that, and then we came back, stitched, and then we decided to go to Needleworker's Delight, and we also went to lunch. So it was me and Joanne and Cindy. And driving around in New Jersey, it's like everything's a loop. Like, we got kind of turned around trying to go to the restaurant, because if the restaurant is on the right and you're on the left, it's gonna loop you around to bring you. I feel like whoever designed New Jersey, they were like high, like when they did it. So we went to the restaurant, which we thought wasn't open, but they didn't open until 12, and we were there like 12:20 or something. I had tacos, they were really good. And I thought it was good to not be hungry and then going into the stitching store, because I just would have been miserable. So we got to Needleworker's Delight, and I didn't plan on buying anything, but I was open to getting something. So they had 3 packs of the white perforated 18 count paper. So I bought all they had. I bought all 3 packs. They were only $5.25 a piece, and it has 2 sheets in there. And then I thought that was all that I was going to get, because I didn't need any patterns, didn't want fabric, didn't need needle minders. I mean, they have so much stuff in that store. But I saw this pattern by a designer that I've never even heard of. This is Sweet Wing Studio. And so it's called Fear Not, and it says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. And it's Isaiah A110. So I really loved the umbrella and the rain. This on 18 count, it's 130 wide by 107 high. So when I stitch this, I'll have to frame it because it's not going to fit in a junk journal, but I'm okay with that. So I figure I could color the paper like a gray. See how it's gray? It uses DMC white. It uses 3 DMC colors and then 2 classic colorworks, Deep Blue Sea and Mulled Berries. And I think the Mulled Berries is the umbrella, and then the Deep Blue Sea is the raindrops. So yeah, I'll have to pull those colors because I find a lot of times that the picture looks very different from the colors that you pull. So that's what happened with my coffee piece that I'm stitching on. You know, I pulled the colors and they were kind of drab, and I'm like, I'm gonna do them differently. So, but that was all I got, and we got a 15% discount. I only spent $21, so let's go, because the last time I was here, 3 years ago, I spent like $250. So yeah, I thought that was fantastic. Cindy had gotten me these socks and she forgot to give them to me. So they say, love true crime. So absolutely love those. We'll wear those come wintertime. Now in Needleworkers Delight gave us a bunch of like free stuff. They're having like Needle Fest and a Jubilee and all kinds of stuff. So they gave us a bunch of paperwork, but they gave us a couple free patterns. So they gave us this Water's Edge Here Comes Santa. Everyone got that. And then they gave us this, I'm guessing this is a free pattern that is done with Anchor 976 and DMC or DMC 3752. So they gave us that, and they gave us this fabric to stitch it on. I don't know that I'll ever do it, but I thought that was really cool of them to do that. So the gentlemen are so very nice in the store. They were very helpful. And then they brought us like cookies and stuff after dinner. We had pizza party for dinner, which was very nice. They were giving 2 pieces of pizza to everybody, and I actually could only eat one. So I brought one up here and it's in the refrigerator, which I can have as a late night snack or breakfast, or because dinner on Sunday I'm going to be on my own. So I got to figure out what I want to do, whether I want to walk across and get McDonald's and just kind of splurge on that, or there's a Panda Express that's a little ways down. I think I might just do McDonald's. That'll just be easy, and it won't take like too much walking, because I think tomorrow we're going to go to Miller's Ale House, which is in the parking lot of the hotel, for dinner, and then lunch I'll probably just eat something I got up here. But when I got back to my seat, someone had, because a bunch of the stitchers like made stuff for people, and someone was giving away this trim, and there's like a snowflake that you can, you know, an embellishment. So that was kind of cool. And so before we went to the store, Jasmine. So I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about Jasmine. Jasmine actually lives in Maryland. I first met her in person at a stitching gathering and at a library in Fairfax that I used to go to a long time before COVID. And met in person. She is one of the most fantastic people I've ever come across, as far as like a truly wonderful human being. And she called me and she reminded me of this, and this was so many years ago I forgot. She had called me late one night, like 10 p.m. and just, I forget what she just needed some counsel or needed somebody to talk to, and we talked for like an hour. She's such a wonderful, she is a mental health therapist, and her voice is so calming that I guarantee you she is of a great help to her patients. So nobody more suited to something like that besides Brooke, because Brooke is a therapist too. But Jasmine is such a wonderful human being. So in the morning, Jasmine had come down and said, is anyone going to the needlework store like right now? And I said, we're gonna go at noon and we're gonna have lunch if you wanna come with us. And she was like, I have a work appointment at 11, but it'll be done by 11:55. I'll come down and we'll go. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, then someone else had said like, I think someone's going earlier if you want to go then. So she was like talking to them and she never came back over, and she went out of the room. Well, time is passing and it gets to be like 11:55. And so I say to Cindy, okay, well, we're going to get ready, but we're going to wait for Jasmine. Well, it gets to be 12, 12:05, 12:10. And Cindy's like, do we just go? And I said, I don't have Jasmine's number. I tried to message her on Instagram, and I even went to the front desk and I said, can you ring someone's room for me? I know her name, but not her room number. And they're like, we can't do that. I thought that was kind of weird, but what do I know? So we just left, and I'm like, man, I hope Jasmine's not going to be upset. So we were gone like 2.5 hours between going to lunch, going to the stitching store, and coming back. So when we got back, I didn't see Jasmine for like another couple hours. So after dinner, she was sitting at her table and I went over there and sat next to her and I was like, did you get to the store? Because she was looking for something very specific. And she's like, oh yeah, I said, I just wanted to come over and check in with you because I didn't want you to be mad. I know that we were going, you were going to come with us. And she's like, oh no, she goes, I'm really sorry I didn't like either call you or come down. So we exchanged numbers. So now we have each other's numbers. So anything like that happens in the future. But I sat and talked to her for a good 10, 15 minutes. And just, like I said, one of the most wonderful humans I've ever met in my life. So I did get some stitching done for sure. So let me show you. Now I had some unpicking, or I had some picking out to do, which that was not fun. So here is my progress. Let's go. Got the whole border stitched and then the C and the O in coffee. So what happened was I stitched this, got down to here. I was off by like, I don't know what. I had to rip like all this out. And I said, oh no. And so that was like a half hour wasted. So I pulled it out. Very carefully, mind you, because if you're pulling out, I mean, you have to be careful on fabric, but if you're pulling out stitches on perforated paper, even though the paper is sturdy, you can tear the paper. So you have to be very, very careful when you do it. So did that, and I was just glad to finally get that border done because I was just so tired of stitching that. So tomorrow I'll do some gangbusters on the words and might be able to get some pretty good progress on that. But here is Danielle is a big dum-dum story. So you remember, you're probably like, what is that noise? Do you remember when in our goodie bag, we all got an Ort container? So it came like this. There's snaps and it was snapped together and this was on it. And I'm like, took me a while to like figure out how to use this. So here's how I was using it. I had it flat and I said, oh, this is a weight because this is heavy. This is like, I don't know if it's a mat, I don't know what it is, but it's weighted because if you have this on the table and you put this in the middle, it's not gonna move around. So now I've been using this for a day and a half like this, flat, right? Trisha from 3 Owl Threads was at the table behind me and she just came over to sit down and talk and she's like, oh, it took me a while to figure out how to use this. And I was like, yeah, and she's like, oh, you don't have yours snapped. And I went, what? Watch. You're supposed to snap this. It's a snap tray, you big freaking dummy, Danielle. So when she told me and I figured it out, I was like, I can't, like, I felt so dumb. So it's supposed to look like that, obviously, right? And then the weight goes in the center. So it keeps, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, Danielle, you big fucking dumbass. Like, and Terry, you know, the people at my table are just so gracious and wonderful women. She was like, you're just using it uniquely. I'm like, I'm a big dum-dum. That's what, yeah, how did I not know? I've had snap trays. How did I not know? And I guess because when we got it, it was, I mean, you unsnap it. That sounds like a firecracker, doesn't it? And so what I thought was, okay, you have your orts on it, and then when you want to like put it in your stitching bag, if you're saving your orts, because I know people do that, you can fold it and snap it and they won't fall out. I thought that's why it came like that. Danielle. Yeah. And what's funny is like everyone else at the table had theirs all snapped together and I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. I have no explanation. No explanation. But that is why you're in a room full of wonderfully observant stitchers so they can point out stuff like that to you. But yeah, it is pretty late here. It is 10:34. I came back up to the room at about 9:50 and I talked to Bill for a good bit and then turned the camera on. And you know what's funny? So my phone was down to like 30% when I was downstairs right after dinner, and I'm like, I gotta come up and charge my phone. And I'm like, I'll leave it in the room and charge it and then come back up and get it. Thank fucking God I didn't do that, because again, Danielle, my digital key is on my phone. If I would have left my phone in my room, I would have had to go to the front desk and get a key. Like, are you kidding me? And so when I walked out of the room, I was in here, I was on my computer, I brushed my teeth, I freshened up a little bit after dinner. And my phone, the charger I have is like a fast charge. So thank God I had the wherewithal, because my phone charged to like 55%. I'm like, that'll be enough to get me through the evening. Thank God I fucking grabbed my phone, because it wasn't, again, putting two and two together until I was walking out of the room and I went, oh my God, fucking room key is on my phone. Danielle. I cannot with myself today. But yeah, so another good day. We have all day tomorrow, and what's exciting is there's going to be a raffle tomorrow night. So if you guys have watched my channel for years, 3 years ago when we had this retreat was the start of my Starbucks mug collection. So one of the raffle items they were giving away 3 years ago was the New Jersey Starbucks mug, and I decided I had to have it. I probably bought, because Arlene donates the money to a no-kill animal shelter, I think I bought $40 worth of tickets and put them all in the mug thing. And I let everybody know. So I won the mug. Now this year, there is, and I think I mentioned it in the clip before this, there is a Blackbird Designs like snap tray floss, this big roll, which I don't know what that is, but it's gorgeous. I really like it. So I wound up buying, we got 3 free tickets in our grab bag, and then I bought $20 worth of tickets, which worked out to be another 24 tickets, because it was 6 tickets for $5. So I had 27 tickets altogether. So I put a bunch in the Blackbird Designs thing, but there's also, I think Kim from Canada, she brought a Canadian snack basket that had like Tim Hortons coffee in it, a whole bunch of stuff. So I was like, ooh, I like snacks. So I put some tickets in that. And then there is an Ohio basket, which I'm pretty sure is from Buckeye Stitcher, because she's here. And it was just cool stuff in it. So I put a couple tickets in that. So I don't have like great high hopes that I'm going to win something, but you gotta have the attitude that you got a shot. You got as much shot as anybody else, right? There's a lot of items though, like there's a lot of Week Style Works fabric and floss and a whole bunch of stuff. Really pretty, amazing project bags. There's a quilt. I mean, there are some really, really amazing items. But yeah, those were the only 3 things I put stuff in. So the raffle is tomorrow night, along with the Smalls Exchange, which I didn't participate in, but we'll be able to see what everybody else did. And then I don't know what they do on Sunday, because I've never stayed on a Sunday. So Sunday it ends at 6, and like I said, then I'll just get dinner, come up to the room, relax, and just head out early Monday morning. So, but yeah. So I'm going to insert here, and I need to kind of remember where I said this. I filmed the brag table where people brought all of their stitching. You're gonna see some amazing pieces of cross stitch and artwork. So here you go. Okay. I pray to God I remember what clip I did that in. So this, I gotta remember that it's probably the, what's today, day 2? So the day 2 clip. I need to make a note of that. I need to like jot that down at like 1845 or something. So I remember to insert that. But okay guys, I will check in with you tomorrow night. Hey guys, so it is today is, what day is today? It is Saturday, July 23rd. Is that right? I think that's right. And it was like the last full day of the retreat. That time went by so fast. Oh my God, I'm so tired. It was a good day though. So got up, got downstairs about, I want to say 8:30. Cindy and I went to Dunkin'. They didn't have like the breakfast I wanted, like the little fried potatoes and the turkey sausage. They didn't have that. So they didn't really have anything I liked. So I wound up, when we went to Dunkin' Donuts, I wound up getting a coffee and then I got a donut. And I'm not really a donut person normally, but they had a glazed donut. It was actually really good. So had that. And then we were going to do lunch at Panda Express, which is behind the hotel. There's like a plaza behind the hotel with like a Walmart and a couple places. So it was me, Cindy, and Anna. And I got Kung Pao chicken. It was actually pretty good. I didn't eat it all, but we did that. And there's a Chipotle right next to Panda Express. So I think tomorrow, because remember tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be down in the stitching room like right until 6 o'clock when it ends. Depends on how the room starts clearing out, because if it really starts clearing out, I'll probably just get my stuff and head out and come up here. But I'm gonna be figuring out dinner, so I was like, maybe I'll do Chipotle. Just go get it, bring it back to the room, kind of decompress, because you know, I'm somebody that it's great to be around these people for multiple days, but it's gonna be nice tomorrow night to be in this room, reading my book, having dinner, decompressing, and then go home early Monday. Cause yeah, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. So we went to lunch, came back, and I'm trying to think what time we got back. We went to lunch, it was like noon, I think. So we were back like before 1, I think, and then we did some more stitching. And I didn't bring my project up. I was like, when I was on the stairs, because I'm only on the 2nd floor, so I take the stairs up and down. It's like literally 1 flight. And I'm like, God damn it. So I wound up, and I'll definitely be showing it in tomorrow night's clip, because I'll have all my stuff up here. I only have 1 coffee cup left to do and I'm finished it. I got a lot of stitching done today, but I wound up changing 2 more colors. Yeah. So I started stitching like the orange I had picked out, and it was just too light. So I wound up switching it to like a burgundy color. So you'll have to see. And then the steam on the coffee was supposed to be white. I fucking hate stitching with white. I literally hate it. So I picked like this purple color I had. So the steam is purple. It works. It looks like it works. So, and it shows up on the paper. But I was talking to Arlene about perforated paper. Her and McKenna sat with me for a little bit and we were chatting about it. Arlene had some questions, so it was nice to sit and chat with her for a little bit. And then after lunch, Cindy wound up going to Walmart, and then she went to Joann's. So she was gone for a little bit. And Anna was gone. She went to the store. She actually got her son, because Anna only lives like 10 minutes away. She actually got her son to come over and drive her and like 3 other people to the needlework store, which was so awesome, because they didn't do the hotel didn't do a shuttle this time. They did it last time when we were here 3 years ago. And people needed rides. You know, not everybody had a car or didn't want to drive. Like my car stayed in the same exact spot the whole weekend. And when they were gone, so it was only Sherry and, so the mother and daughter, who they're wonderful people, Joe and Terry, and then me. So somehow, and I don't remember how, we got talking about like God and faith and all kinds of stuff. We were talking about our breast cancer journey. We just talked about so much. And it was such a wonderful conversation with Terry, because man, did she tell some stories of miracles that literally happened in her life, and just amazing stuff. It gives me such hope and faith that you know, things work for the greater good. Do you know what I mean? And that prayer really like helps. So it was really good. It was a really good like hour and a half of us talking about all of that kind of stuff. It was really probably one of my favorite parts of the retreat so far, you know, that we've had. Because, you know, and what I love about Terry is that she doesn't, and I said this to her, she doesn't push it on you, but she is very faith driven, and she will, she kind of can read the room, like, you know what I mean, if you want to talk about it. And I absolutely feel like that. So just, I'm so glad her and Joe came and sat at our table, because I feel like I'm just a better person from knowing them, you know. And I'm gonna remember the stories that she told for a long, long time to come. So really just fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong, I miss our old table mates, Covell, Diane, Laura, Kathy, Terry. I think it was another Kathy. I can see her face, I'm pretty sure. And we had the literal best time 3 years ago. Miss those ladies like anything. That would have just been fantastic. But these ladies, like every single time, it never disappoints the people that I sit with. So, and all of these people that are at the table, they want to come back next year. So that's really awesome. And so Terry and Joe went to, there's a Dollar Tree where the like Panda Express and Chipotle and Walmart is. So I remember that Terry had said that they had these, the warheads, because she had the same issue with the gland and the pruritus and all that. So she keeps these in her purse, and they have these at Dollar Tree. And I said, will you please pick me up one? And she did. So I'm gonna keep this in my purse, which is so awesome. And then, so there's a huge freebie table, okay? Oh, there we go. I'm like, why did it out of focus? There's a huge freebie table where people bring stuff that they don't want, and then other people can take it. And I really spent some time today and looked, and I actually found some stuff. So I wanted to show you guys. So this is a Trail Creek Farm pattern called Only Love Matters. And I thought this would be perfect for the junk journal, because isn't that so cute? And it only takes, you can either use DMC, but it's charted in Gentle Art sampler threads. So, but I'll probably use the DMC. But yeah, isn't that so cute? And it's definitely small enough. It's only 80 by 60. And then there was such a ton of cross stitch magazines up there. And we were talking about that today, how, you know, we kind of miss, because there's only like just cross stitch besides, you know, like the UK magazines. You know, there used to be Cross Stitcher here in the US, the Stitchery, Cross Stitch and Needlework, just a whole bunch of, for the love of cross stitch. So I saw this magazine, and, you know, I'm a firm believer in that things happen for a reason, right? So I picked this one up because I love to look at the old cross stitch magazines to see the price of DMC. So this is from March of 1990, okay? And I'm flipping through, because I'm trying to find the page where it shows like DMC. And when I'm flipping through, I see this. Now, this was sewn on a sweatshirt. See those little hearts? But if you look on the other side, would this not, now the patterns that are down there are for all of these. So conversation hearts, like for Valentine's Day. Would this not be utterly fantastic for me to color the paper in these different colors, you know, orange, purple, pink, blue, green, and do this and cut out the hearts, because you remember you can cut perforated paper in shapes, and put these in the junk journal like for Valentine's Day. I was like, oh my God. So I took the magazine, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 7 different patterns in here. And they're all different colors. Well, no, there's 2 pinks, an orange, a purple, 2 purples, a yellow, and a green. But there could be a blue. You could do one in blue. I mean, you could do them all different colors. And was DMC, did they have a price of DMC in here? I want to say they did, because I was dying. Maybe not. No. So when I was looking, now this is where I was just blown away, okay? When I was looking through the magazines, I came upon some Stitcher's World magazines. And when I got back into cross stitch, because, you know, there was a time I did it as a kid, my friend taught me, and then I didn't really do it. Picked it up again in college when my grandparents had one of their big wedding anniversaries, and I stitched them a wedding sampler. And then I kind of didn't do it until I got married to my first husband, and I started, that's when I really picked it up and just stuck with it. There was a magazine, my first magazine ever that I had, like cross stitch related, and it was this one, and I couldn't believe I saw it, because I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I would love to find that magazine, because there is a rose in this magazine. Not that I'll ever stitch it, because it's hella big, but I've always wanted to stitch it. So I was like, oh my God. And they had the magazine. I couldn't believe it. So it's Stitcher's World from July of 2003. And see that rose? It is by the Silver Lining. And I knew the rose was on the front cover of the magazine. And let me show you what it looks like. And I was trying to, I was just in amazement, because in this magazine, they don't tell you the stitch count. What they tell you is what size piece of fabric you need and the centimeters. What the design size. So the design size is only 6 inches by 6 inches, but that's using, get ready, it's using 28 count 1/1. Fuck you, I'm not doing that. So it probably would work out then if you were doing it on 14 count, I could easily just double it. So it would be 12 by 12. On 18 count, it would be even less than that. So, but yeah, it only listed in centimeters, which I thought was so bizarre. But here is the picture. And they don't even have like a big picture of it. What's nice is they use Sandcastle Jovelin. That's one of my favorite Jovelins. And I don't want to show you because it has the pattern. Well, let me show you a part. I mean, the magazine is like out of print anyway. See how it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's like 22 colors. But yeah, you can see how it's like very, very detailed. I don't know if I'll ever stitch it. I do know I won't get rid of this magazine now that I found it again. But yeah, I would love to stitch it. Okay, let me try to show you. Here's a picture of it stitched. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, wouldn't that look so intricately detailed? It would look so realistic stitched. I would love to stitch it on the perforated paper with 1 strand of floss. So I'm gonna have to do the math. I'm gonna have to try to figure it out. So, yeah, I thought it was just so bizarre that they didn't do the stitch count in this magazine. And I looked, I don't think any of the patterns show the stitch count. It just tells you the size fabric you need if you're going to do it and the design size. But see, they give you the design size if you're going to stitch it on the fabric that the model was stitched on. And so you have to like be doing some calculations here, and I'm just, that bugs me, but okay. Magazines now, just cross stitch now, they put the stitch count in there. So, but yeah, so that was all I took. Just those 2 magazines in that pattern, and I thought that was really good though. I was really pleased with that. So, but yeah, I'm going to, it is 10:30 p.m. So I'm going to end this so I can wash my face, brush my teeth, get pajamas on. I'm gonna read some of my book, maybe watch a little TV and hit the hay. Now, American Horror Stories started, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. And so I might sit here and watch the first episode on my iPad. American Horror Stories is a different set from American Horror Story. American Horror Stories, all the stories are a standalone story. Now, sometimes they tie together, like they did it last summer. And out of like 7 stories, I think I liked 3 or 4 of them. Some of them were so off the wall. But the first story and the last story came full circle. It all tied together. So you have to watch them all if you're going to do it. But I'm very excited because I love that show so very much. And yeah, so I might sit here, or like I said, I'll probably wait till I get home, only because I can watch it on my bedroom TV, my big TV. But yeah, I'd like to read. So I'm still reading Ruth Ware's The It Girl. It's very good. It's 432 pages. That's a lot for a book. And I'm only like 156 pages in, so. But yeah, and it goes from like, so the premise of the story is these girls are in college and they're best friends and they live in the same room, and one of the girls gets murdered. And the guy that was put away for the murder was like what they would call a janitor on a college campus, I guess. They called it a porter, which to me is like an assistant, a helper. Well, he was convicted of her murder and died in prison. But there's a reporter that's coming forward saying he thinks he was wrongly convicted and that the killer is still out there. So it's about that, and of course the killer is still out there, because it wouldn't be a Ruth Ware book if it wasn't. So, and each chapter it'll say like before, which means before the murder, and then after, which I don't know how many years. I want to say it's been 10 years. I don't know. I don't remember how many years it's been since the murder happened. But every chapter alternates, so so you know, but you gotta kind of like keep it straight, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty good, and the chapters aren't too long. Like, I like shorter chapters because it seems to go by quicker. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've read every single one of Ruth Ware's books, and I've enjoyed them all very much. And I've been waiting for this one to come out. I had it in my Amazon to read list for a long time, ever since she announced it. And I follow her on Amazon, so whenever there's, you know, you can follow authors. So whenever they are coming out with a new book, or when the book releases, I get an email, and so it's really nice. So, but yeah, so the raffle, yeah, there was a bunch of multiple winners tonight. A bunch of people won like 2 and 3 times. Sold a lot of tickets, and it goes to such a good cause. It goes to a no-kill animal shelter. So Arlene announced that we actually beat 3 years ago the total that she's giving to the shelter, so that was fantastic. I wound up buying $30 worth of tickets, so it would have been really fantastic to win one of those things. But I'm happy for the winners. You know, it's such a great cause, and people donated stuff, made stuff. I mean, just fantastic people, you know, in the community. I mean, the community is just wonderful. So, but yeah. So, okay, guys. I will check in with you one more time tomorrow night to wrap up and give you my overall thoughts. I mean, the retreat has just been fantastic. And, of course, the time always goes by so quick. So, but, yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so final clip from the retreat. Today is Sunday, July 24th, and I decided this morning, didn't sleep that good last night, and there was a group of people that came through, I don't know, like 2 in the morning, screeching, hooting, hollering. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And I woke up just a couple times during the night, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna head out today. And I am. It is noon right now, and I told Bill I was thinking about it when I talked to him this morning. And yeah, I just decided, I'm already paid up through tomorrow, but I said I'm just gonna head out that way. I'll get home hopefully by 3:30, and then I'm off tomorrow because we have no job anyway, so I'll be able to get laundry, do all that. I'll be able to see Bill tonight, have dinner with him. He actually is at a a shooting range with our neighbor, so he won't even be there when I get home, which is fine because that'll let me get unpacked, get laundry in and everything put away. And I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff to unpack, which is nice. So, but I did finish my project. So I got up today. I got downstairs about 8:30, and Terry and I walked to Dunkin' Donuts so I can get a coffee. I had a donut. I was thinking about grabbing McDonald's for lunch before I went, but I think I'll just wait until like I'm close to home, and I'll stop at McDonald's and get something. But I tried to map it on my phone getting home, and it should only take me 2 hours and 47 minutes this time, not 3.5 hours. I had to have hit something on my phone last time that said like no tolls. This one, I'm gonna pay like 20 bucks. I don't even care. So I talked to Jasmine, we got some pictures, said goodbye to everybody. It was hard to say goodbye, you know what I mean? But I'm ready to go home, I'm ready. So I did finish my project this morning, my coffee one. So let me, didn't it turn out so good? Yeah, it turned out really cute. So like I said, the colors completely different. Every single color was changed. So the next one I think I'm going to start is the Wild Violet freebie. Because I have like 3 projects kitted up that I brought. So yeah, but yeah, I have the rest of my audiobook, and I won't even finish listening to it when I get home. By the time I get home, it's like an 11-hour book, and I only listen to 3.5 hours, so I listen to another 3. I'll be a little bit halfway done. So I'll have to listen to it like when I get home and when I'm stitching or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm all packed, ready to go. I packed up when I got up this morning. Now, I missed the Wordle today. I know. So my streak is now 78. You know, when I got all the way down to the last try, and there was 2 choices that it could have been, and I just picked the wrong one. I'm like, damn. So when I talked to Bill this morning, he was like, "You're joking, right?" I'm like, "No, I'm not joking." Yes, I missed it. So, but that's okay. That's okay. So, yep, all packed up, all ready to go. Just a wonderful, wonderful time. Met so many people. Our table, again, fantastic women. Anne and her daughter, Sherry. I'm so glad that Anne messaged me. So, Anne, thank you so much. You and your daughter were just a true delight to sit with and share a meal with, and our table was fantastic. Cindy, Terry, Joe, Anna, fantastic. We actually had a seat open at our table, and there were like 5 people that didn't come. So, you know, stuff happens, I get it. But so just such a fantastic retreat that it is completely worth it to go. So, as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.